Hey guys, welcome back. So we are doing the June Boxy Luxe not unboxing 2-week review. I've had 2 weeks to play around with everything that came in this month's box, and there's some interesting things here that is interesting. So anyone who doesn't know, Boxy Luxe is the deluxe version of BoxyCharm. If you sign up for it, you'll get the Boxy Luxe box every 3 months, and that one is a $50 box as opposed to the regular $21, $22 box of BoxyCharm. So anywho, I am going to go through the products in order of the way I put them on my face. Usually I just go through what's on the card, but I want to talk about these in order. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the Skin & Co. Truffle Therapy Aqua Illuminate Viso Illuminating Skin Refresh Mist in Radiant Dew. Now this actually says you can use it to set your makeup or throughout the day to refresh and hydrate your skin. I like just using it as the very first thing to go on my face. I usually do that with the Mario Badescu spray, but you know, using this and testing it out. Now there's a very lovely minty smell to it, which I wasn't expecting because they talk so much about that truffle therapy stuff. There's a really nice minty smell to it. This says here that it retails for, where is it, $35. I don't think that's necessary. As much as I like the little minty tingles and as much as I like the minty smell, it doesn't do anything for my skin that the Mario Badescu spray doesn't do at half the price. I get the Mario Badescu spray for 15 bucks, and if you catch the sales at Ulta, you can get it even cheaper. There's nothing that I find that this is doing that spray doesn't do. Again, except for the little minty tingles. So it just seems way overpriced for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So moving on from there is the Clean from Dr. Brandt. Let's start with that. The Clean Biotic Balancing Complex Yogurt Cleanser with Chlorophyll. They say this, oh, it's still leaking water. I took it straight out the shower. They say this retails for $35 as well. It's not doing anything special. First of all, I'm already down to here. I know you can't tell, but I can see the water dripping down my arm. I'm down to here after 2 weeks of use, and it only started at about here, so you don't have to use a ton of it. But I've tried it with a scrub brush. I've tried it just with my hands. It doesn't foam up. It doesn't, you know, do anything that I feel like any of my cleansers from the drugstore don't already do. I haven't felt anything special in my skin. I haven't felt it cleaner than not. Like, there's just nothing extra special about it to cost $35. I feel like I'm the only person in the world who just doesn't gush over Dr. Brandt, because every single Dr. Brandt item we've ever gotten in a BoxyCharm subscription, I feel like I've never fallen in love with. And I hear so many people go on and on about how much they love Dr. Brandt, and I genuinely feel like I'm the only one who was always like, too expensive, nothing special. So I don't know if that's just me, but $35 definitely not. I would totally skip on that one. And then moving on from there is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum with hydrating honey and gentle flower acids. Ooh, this stuff right here, $58. And on the box, I don't even know what I've done with the box, but on the box, it says that this was actually made exclusively for BoxyCharm. Now this sucker right here, wow. Okay, on the box it tells you that experiencing tingles when you first use it is normal. The first night, I would not just call those tingles. There was definitely some fire on my skin, whether it was just having to get used to it or if it was just first time use or whatever the case it was. That was definitely an experience right there. It says you can use it up to 3 times a week, and then you can work your way up to using it longer. I only kept to the 2 to 3 times a week because it also tells you when you're using this to stay out of the sun. I can't do that. I'm in, you know, always out in the sun when I'm walking to my bus, walking home. And I'm in the sun a lot, so I can't really avoid the sun too much. So if you have to avoid the sun when putting something like this on your skin, I would seriously consider how much time you're spending in the sun or not, or keep it to strictly a night serum. But it's just be careful with something like that. There was a certain tightening I did feel on the skin, but other than that, I didn't really feel anything else. I didn't see my skin changing fantastically in any way, shape, or form. And for 58 bucks, I want to see it do some amazing things. And I really didn't get that even after, you know, all the times of use. I figured with more use, you would see more results, and I really didn't get that. So yet another item that I feel like for 58 bucks, as much as it is, it really didn't have to be that. So, okay, coming up next is the Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast for $29. It does give you volume. It did not give me all the volume I have today. I did use a waiver in my hair. It does give you volume. I don't like the very stiff, almost sticky feeling in your hair. The best I can describe it is like a dry pomade, if that makes sense. Like one of those pomades you would get in the jar to kind of put your hair into what style you want. It was like that. It made thick strands of my hair kind of stick together. And it's not a dry shampoo. It's just a texturizer and a volumizer, but I just didn't like the feeling of it afterwards. And then there was like a dull look to my skin. What? There was a dull look to my hair. So I had used it on freshly washed hair, and I've used it on hair that, you know, few days old, and either time I really didn't love it. And the funny thing is that I had gotten the Walmart subscription for this season a couple weeks ago, and they had this Tresemme dry shampoo that's also volumizing. I would prefer to continue using this over the Living Proof. And then did I say how much that was? They said it was for $29. Like, this is way cheaper, and it did give me volume. And you know, it's a dry shampoo as well, so I figured you kind of get two things in one here. Whereas the Living Proof just didn't really do it for me. I wasn't really too excited about using that. Another brand that I feel like everyone goes crazy over, Living Proof, and I'm the only one who's like, it's kind of hit or miss. There may have been like 1 or 2 products I've ever tried from them that I really did like a lot, and then the rest of the Living Proof items I try, I'm just kind of like totally not worth the price. Like, is it just me? Like, I don't know, I'm really starting to feel like Negative Nelly over here, because I'm like, everything is just kind of like lackluster and not really giving me any excitement over here. Okay, as far as the PYT Mini Turbo On The Go Dryer for $85. I tried it out. It works like any other dryer. I wish I had gotten any other color but purple, but such is my luck. It comes with 2 separate diffusers, so that's pretty cool. You get one for curls and then one for whatever. My daughter likes this a lot, so I'm going to give it to her and I'm going to let her use it. It works, sure. You can travel with it. It's great for traveling, but for $85, dude, no. Like, it's a little travel thing. It comes with this little satin bag too, I almost forgot to say. But there's no reason for that to be $85. It's just a freaking travel size hair dryer. It doesn't do anything fantastic that any other hair dryer does. Nothing at all. It dries your hair. That's it. Okay, next up is the new Porblum Prime Essence with, what is it? The Calendula Officinalis Flower Extract. Now, they had the No Porblum, they had the No Porblum, where is it? Smooth and Pore Covering Primer in the last Boxy Luxe, or another Boxy, or regular BoxyCharm box, whatever. A few months ago we got that one. That really was a bust for me. I was kind of hoping it would work because I had heard so much about it. But this one is just the Prime Essence. So it's okay. It's okay. I haven't really had anything exciting happen with this either. I have to say I wasn't really expecting anything too amazing because I already knew that the first No Problem primer didn't do anything amazing for me. So it's fine. I don't mind using serums as primers. I feel like they do help the makeup stick, so that's always a plus. They make my skin feel really good, so I do like using it as a primer for that reason, because it adds a little extra step, you know, between my moisturizer and whatnot. And because of the fact that I guess I kind of went in with low expectations, I didn't really mind it too much. And this one is for $23. This one, I would say, it also really doesn't have to be this expensive. There are other serums that you can get. Wet n Wild has one that I really like, that they just came out with their rose set that they came out with. But $23 still isn't the worst, and depending on how much you use it and how much you love it, it could potentially be worth it. But yeah, definitely primers never work for me. So I've kind of learned to just go in with like low expectations, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go put on my base because next we have mascara, blush, and a lippy. So I'll do the base and I'll be right back. All right, we're back to do the rest of the face. I feel like I got some strong brows today. All right, anywho, so next up is the Tarteist Pro Glow. Where we at here? Tarteist Pro Glow Cheek Palette version 3 or V3 version 3 for $45. This is what it looks like here. This is what it looks like inside. Now I have the Tarteist Pro Glow highlight and what do they call this? Contour. I was trying to remember. So here's something funny. Do you see how they look very similar, right? And this actually has the names listed here right under the shades, which is pretty hard to see, but I promise you they are there. And this one didn't have the names listed underneath them, but if you flip this over, there's a sticker on the back that tells you Premier Dance Floor Headliner, so on and so forth. This one does not have that. However, one day when I was sitting here and I'm looking up close, I realized that the names have been buffed off. So they are the names from the contour and highlight palette. So this is the same palette, just depotted and filled with other colors. I don't know if I want to pay $45 for that. You're basically just reusing some old packaging that you had. I like it, don't get me wrong. I'm not particularly fond of this blush shade. It's just a little too purpley pink for me. This one's a little more on the neutral side, even though it's still a little pink, but I don't mind it. I like it. The two highlights are very pretty. This one's a little more on the bronzier side. This one seems to have a little more rosy touch to it. And then as opposed to the other one, which has a cream contour and the sculpt, the powder sculpt, well, that's what it's called, the color. You have a bronzier shade here, and then this one's got some shimmer to it. At $45, you can't give me brand new packaging. You really have to kind of repackage something else. I just, if the camera could really pick it up, I would love to post it and show you. Maybe I can catch it with my phone or something, but I kid you not, the freaking colors are still there, and I compared the names, they're exact same names. Anywho, nobody's here for all that mess, or maybe you are. I don't know, maybe it's possible. So let's go ahead and get to this whole bronzing situation here. Let's use this brush right over here. So I'm gonna take this shade here. I guess this one's called Autograph or Backstage. It's one of those, but I'm gonna go into this one here, the one without shimmer, and just bronze up the face. Okay, so I just tried with my cell phone camera to see if I could catch the names up close. I think I got some good video. If I did, I'm going to insert it right now. Okay, see how it says like strobe and stunner? Now look at the blush one. Let's see, can I catch it? There it is. You see it? Can't please tell me the camera's picking that up. See, it says strobe. And then you get these freaking lights. Make it impossible to see. Oh, and then there it says stunner. And then you get the last one, which is sculpt. And then it says sculpt right there. Come on, you guys, tell me you see this too. Okay, see what I mean? So I do like it. I just kind of feel like for $45, you better work and give me some new packaging or something. At least stamp the names where they should be. Anywho, so bronzed up. Just, I would say use a fluffy brush like I did, or go light-handed, because that can get away from you really quickly. But I do love it, and I did use it as a very light contour along the cheeks. And now I'm going to go in for blush, and I'm going to use this one at the top corner here, which can either be Dance Floor or Premiere. Don't know, because we don't know what side those names are supposed to be on. So I used this one over here. Now onto this mascara. Okay. The Trace Good Vibes Mascara and Lash Curler for $25. For something that is a 2-in-1, I guess that's not the worst price in the world. It would be okay if this worked phenomenally and if the mascara formula itself was actually really good. I don't care for this whole like half curler thing. Why are you trying to improve on a quick full lash curler with a half curler? So you put half your lashes in that bad boy, and then you begin to curl, and then you have to stop and get the other half of your lashes. That was my own fault, sorry. And then start to curl them bad boys, which I don't even think I got. That annoys me so much. So I'm the type of person that lash curlers in general just kind of like take me some work. I'm not a fan of this formula. It's way too wet, so all that curling is very quickly undone by the fact that the formula is very wet and then weighs my lashes down, and then it doesn't really do anything. There's no volumizing to it. There's not much lengthening to it. I don't know. At $25, no. There's so much drugstore stuff that even without a lash curler make your lashes look phenomenal. Like the Physicians Formula Killer Curves one. Oh, I freaking love that mascara. It's amazing. Like, just there's quite a few I love at the drugstore, and for this to cost this much because it's a little gimmicky, that's really all it is. It's just a gimmick to get you to buy it, but it's really not worth $25. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my lashes, and then we'll be back with the very last item. Okay, kids. Last but not least is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Lip Gloss for $17. And finally, a lippy color I like is the Peach Tea. I don't think $17 is too much at all, considering how much you go through in, you know, a tube. These tend to last me pretty long. I don't find myself going through them too quickly, even though I do reapply, but I don't reapply much. This smells like buttercream frosting. Buttercream frosting on a cake. It smells so good. So this is really nice as a lip topper. It's really nice on its own. The smell doesn't stay there forever. So if you're the type of person that you don't like smells in your makeup, or you know, you don't, it bothers you if it lingers, it's not there forever. It's there when you first pull it out the tube, and maybe for like the first minute or so after you put it on, but it doesn't stay forever, which I wouldn't mind, but you know. So it has enough of a tint to it that it looks great by itself, but it's also really nice as a lip topper. I don't like using it too much as a lip topper because I really don't want to mess up the color that's here. I love this color a lot. I think it's a nice summer color. It's gorgeous by itself. Very comfortable, not sticky. One thing I always look for in my glosses is a nice comfortable formula on the lips that won't have that stringy weird stickiness that makes your lips kind of feel like they don't want to pull apart. It's very comfortable. Of course, you're going to have to reapply. Of course, it's going to be transfer. It is just a lip gloss at the end of the day. I don't think $17 is too bad. Yes, you can find a lot of great options at the drugstore. Don't get me wrong. But if you're like me and I don't really go through my liquid lips too fast, then it's not that bad and you'll have it for a while. If you go through it really fast, then I would say just stick to drugstore options, because there's no sense in repurchasing something at $17 when you could get it cheaper. But if it lasts you a long time, then I think it's worth it, because you're definitely going to get the bang for your buck here. So I am so glad that this came in the box, because it's a summer color. Wait till my tan comes in. I can't wait to get some sun and really have these colors like pop. But anyway, that brings us to the end of this video here. If you have any further questions about any of the products that I mentioned, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you haven't already, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You all have an amazing rest of the weekend wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.